My brother committed suicide and I'm taking care of my sister's kids, age 7 and 3, until she's stable. How can I help them cope with the loss of their uncle? Well, how do you help kids cope? You put a stable routine together around them so that they don't have any additional uncertainty in their life. You decide that you're oriented towards their future good. You got to decide that as deeply as you can. Are you resentful about having to take care of them? Because you might be. And maybe you have your reasons too, but I would scour your soul for that possibility and see if you can rectify it by whatever means necessary. Act responsibly and reliably, and that will give them faith in adults, which is good because they need some faith and they're going to be adults, so they need to have some faith in adults. Play with them. Pay attention to them, play with them. It's not a bad idea to teach kids how to come and get a hug. You can do that in a pretend play mode. You say, look, let's practice something. Why don't you practice? Let's pretend that you need a hug. And then let's pretend that you need some practice in figuring out how to ask for one, because everybody needs a hug sometimes. Even the 3 and the 7-year-old should both be able to play that game. And then have them practice until they get good at it. And then you can play that every day for 3 weeks until they're really, really good at it. And so that when they're feeling lonesome, they can, and then you tell them, look, pretend you're feeling lonesome. How do you come and get a hug? And you got to figure that out. Maybe they just come on and they look at your feet and they say, I'm feeling lonesome. I really need a hug. And then, you can teach them to come and get attention from you when they need it. And that's really what a kid needs, is to have someone there to pay attention when the kid needs it. That's really a good thing. The 7-year-old in particular is probably going to wonder if he or she was the cause of the suicide. That conversation might come up. You want to watch the kid to see if there's any evidence that he or she believes that. It's an easy thing for kids to believe because it actually helps them make a little bit of sense out of what happens. Something terrible happened. I lost my dad. He went away. I wasn't good enough for him. That's a really easy thing to think. So you might want to keep your eyes open for the necessity of that conversation.